Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 on this here channel. And guess what? I'm not going to go through that whole spiel about this not being a repair video this time, and I'm probably not going to do it anymore because enough of you have complained about it. And hey, if you're complaining about this not being a repair video, well, you're a douchebag. There, I said it. So be a douchebag if you want. Outside of that, the rest of us are going to move on with the conversation. However, if it is your birthday, happy birthday. Everybody loves to be wished happy birthday. So we'll keep that. We're going to lose the rest. So you can stop fast forwarding now. For today's video, it has been a very productive day for Eric the Car Guy. And it's been productive for a while now. I've been chugging along like a choo-choo train for years at this point, and I am being rewarded in the biggest possible way. By the time you see this video, behind me, where my element sits, there will be a giant bend pack lift, 2-post lift, that I will have to work with going forward. This represents a massive change for Eric the Car Guy. It's the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. And I just wanted to stop for a moment and remark upon that. I mean, it's been, for those of you that have been with me the longest, I've been at this about 6 years now, started in January of 2009, for those of you who are curious. That's when Eric the Car Guy started. ETCG1 started about a year after that somewhere. But that being said, here we are today, 6 years later, and as I said, within a week, about a week from today, there will be a 2-post lift being installed behind me, and the end of an era. And that's kind of the reason I'm doing this video now, so that I can have this, well, I can't necessarily call it a conversation with you, but I can have this little talk with you. Now, probably one of the things that I've been asked about the most in my tenure as Eric the Car Guy is, Eric, why don't you have a lift? Well, to answer to that, since it was asked so often, is I created a forum thread explaining in detail that, you know, one of the main reasons was that I needed to get the electricity run to it. It's not cheap to run electricity to a lift. Lifts themselves aren't cheap, so there were a lot of factors holding me back. I'll post a link down in the description to that thread so you can get into the detail of it. But one of the things that I pointed out in that thread was that I wanted to work on the ground so that I could do things close to the way you do things. And it's been successful because I've had to face challenges that I haven't had to face as a technician working in a shop when I had a lift. When you have a lift, it changes everything. And that's why I say that this is the beginning and the end of an era. In fact, once I get the lift in here, how often do you think I'm going to break out my floor jack? Probably not too often. Very rarely, if ever. I'll be doing a lot more work over on that side of the shop, which would be great for me because, let's face it, I am getting older. Many of you have commented about the gray in my beard. I happen to like it. At the end of the day, I suppose, you're only as old as you feel. And I don't really feel that old, but at the same time, rolling around in this cold concrete at this time of year is a real drag. It sucks the energy right out of you. And I feel for you. I feel for those of you that do that, that have to do that don't have a choice. You don't have the money to take your stuff to a mechanic. You've got to do it yourself. And one way or another, you've got to do it yourself. I get it, and I come from that same mentality and that same philosophy. Eric the Car Guy wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for I'll do it myself type of mentality. So the lift, it is coming to the shop. I'm excited, I'm very excited. It's been several years since I've worked with a lift now, about 7 to be exact, and I have missed it in some ways, but more so lately. And ever since Ben Pack offered to provide me with a lift, I've been like a kid at Christmas. I'm the luckiest guy I know. And I am eternally grateful to all of you, first of all, because Ben Pack wouldn't care about me not having a lift had I not had a popular show on YouTube. And I owe that to you, in part to you. Yes, I did put the work in, but if you weren't watching, what would be the point, right? So I owe a lot of that to you. So this isn't so much my victory, my celebration, is I hope to make it a victory and a celebration for all the fans of Eric the Car Guy and ETCG1. All of us, you know, we've been together. We've been through it. We've had our discussions. We've gone through all those repairs. I've got well over 500 videos on Eric the Car Guy. And not all of them are repair videos, mind you, but there's quite a few of them that are, the majority of them that are. And through all that, I have helped 1 or 2 people. And that is probably something I'm most proud of. At the end of the day, if I'm checking out and it's my last 5 minutes on Earth, I'm going to leave knowing that I did something positive, that I had a positive effect. And it's really kind of cool that it's coming back now, and I'm getting things like a lift. And Mr. Heater also. I have heat in the shop now like I've never had before. It's kind of amazing. So a lot of things are changing, and with it, what I hope to do going forward is to do more work, more other work. I mean, it just keep this whole thing going. I don't want to get to a point where, okay, I'm complacent. I did that. No, I don't want to be like that. I want to keep moving forward. I think there's a lot of potential in what I've done, and it's helped many people, inspired some people, and I'm taking a moment here to say thank you and to tell you about how excited I am about that lift. So between you and I, this is me before the lift goes in, and sort of reflecting on what has been and what is to come. And I hope you'll join me, because I have a feeling that it's going to be kind of awesome. I think being able to get up underneath vehicles like I've never been able to do before with the camera and everything is going to give us all a whole different view of all of this, and hopefully help even more of you going forward. That's my intention. That's why I'm here. And that's what I intend to keep doing going forward. Simple as that. Anyway, if you have automotive questions, air@thecarguy.com is where I ask that you go. There's a welcome video there to tell you about, well, how to handle that whole thing. If you wish to connect with me socially, I can be found on Google+, Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram. And I close each of my videos, including ETCG1s, with be safe, have fun, and stay dirty. I'll see you next time.